You are listening to The Wise Story of Akbar Birbal. Story Birbal the Mind Reader. Once two men came to Akbar's court with a strange case. Both called themselves Amir the tradesman. One of them said, I had gone abroad after entrusting my servant with my property, but when I returned, I saw that my servant had stolen all my money and was using my name. He also refused to recognize me. The other refused to accept that he was the servant and insisted that he was Amir, the tradesman. Akbar looked towards Birbal for his advice. Birbal came forward and said, I can read your mind. He then ordered the soldier, off with the thief's head. The guard did not know who the thief was. However, he moved forward with his sword ready to slay the head of the thief. The soldier moved in the direction where the two were standing, and as he came near them, one of the two ran away and came begging for mercy to Akbar. Birbal then smiled and said, The thief got scared when I lied that I could read minds. He knew that he will be caught if I catch his lie through reading his mind. Akbar smiled and ordered the soldiers to take the thief to the prison. Story Birbal's List of the Blind. During his reign, Akbar felt the need to find the number of blind people in his state. He ordered Birbal to complete this Herculean task. For completing this task, Birbal asked for 1 week leave from the court. He was granted permission. From the next day, he sat at the local market mending shoes for the commoners. The news spread like wildfire. A lot of people asked Birbal what he was doing. Birbal did not reply any of them. At last, Akbar came and asked, What are you doing sitting at the local market? The same thing happened again. Birbal did not reply to him too. At last, Akbar walked away. After a week, Birbal walked into the court with a list of blind persons in his hand and handed it over to Akbar. Akbar became furious when he saw his name at the top of the list. Birbal explained, Your Majesty, like everyone else, you saw me mending shoes, yet you asked me what I was doing. Akbar laughed heartily at Birbal's act. Story Birbal and the Brahmin. Once a Brahmin named Sevaram came to Birbal with a strange request. He desired that, as his ancestors were scholars and had been addressed as Panditji, so he himself wanted to be addressed by the same title too. Birbal said, That is easy, just ask everyone not to address you by that name. The Brahmin was not able to understand, but Birbal knew some children living near the house of Sevaram. He told the children, Sevaram does not like if you will call him by the name Panditji. On this, all the children living nearby started calling Sevaram as Panditji, and all this made him angry in beginning. When they called him Panditji, Sevaram would shout, Don't call me Panditji. This made the children laugh. They went around telling everyone that they should call him Panditji. Soon everyone in the city began addressing Sevaram as Panditji. After some time, he stopped scolding the children when they addressed him as Panditji. Now he was happy that everyone in the city was calling him by the title Panditji. Story God's Justice. Birbal always said things in a different perspective. One day, after passing a judgment and returning from court, Akbar asked Birbal, Tell me, when does God show his justice? Birbal thought for a while, then he said, Your Majesty, when you fail in making right judgment, we can see God's justice. Akbar said, I did not understand what you just said. Could you please explain, Birbal? Birbal answered, Your Majesty, our people see you as the representative of God on earth. When you somehow pass a wrong judgment, God Himself corrects the judgment. That's when we get to see God's justice. Akbar got his answer. Whenever he was about to pass a judgment, he always keep it in his mind. Thus he tried avoiding injustice. He was thus loved and respected by his subjects, as they were sure that no injustice will ever take place in his rule. Story: The Shepherd Boy. Akbar sometimes had unusual wishes. Birbal was mostly seen to fulfill such wishes. The other courtiers were mostly perplexed when they heard such wishes. Birbal set Akbar's wishes in a way that each wish had a message hidden in it, and also made Akbar feel cheerful. One day Akbar felt the need to meet the most learned person of his state. For this, Birbal asked for 1 week's leave and 500 gold coins. He left the palace and distributed the gold coins among needy people. He spent his time teaching a shepherd boy how to behave in a royal court. At the end of the week, he took the boy to Akbar and said, "Your Majesty, he is the most learned person." Akbar was curious and asked, "Tell me what is special about you." The boy stood silent. Akbar then asked Birbal, "Why is he silent?" Birbal replied, "All his elders have told him not to speak in front of anyone wiser than him." Akbar was pleased on hearing this. You were listening to The Wise Story of Akbar Birbal. If you have enjoyed this audiobook, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being a word teller listener. We will be back with another audiobook shortly. Till then, happy listening.